Friends, it is positively awesome to be with you today. I'm Wendy Pope, and this is Read Through the Word. It is September 14th, and I don't know why I'm not surprised, or why I am surprised when something new pops up that I just have not ever noticed before. And I'm at the age now where I might have noticed it and forgot I noticed it. So just gonna put that out there. But we're reading through all of the prophecy and Ezra and the coming back to rebuild, after captivity and coming back to rebuild. And then all of a sudden we have Esther. So we have this pause after Ezra 6 to have the story of Esther. And honestly, I put in my something new. I believe this is the day I did that. How did I not know that? I noticed that I'm not saying that I didn't notice it, that it came after after Ezra. But I guess I didn't recognize that it was sandwiched in between the rebuilding of Judah and the Temple Mount and the temple itself and the wall and all of that. And I say that because I want to encourage myself. I needed this encouragement myself, but also to encourage anyone else who is in that place of, is God doing something? Because He is. There's always a meanwhile going on with God. He's always up to something. He's always doing something. And just because we don't see action doesn't mean there's not action. So in the meantime, all of this was going on over in the rebuilding, and then this opposition happens, and then we have the stopping of the building, and then we have the King's Banquet. So I think we need to be encouraged today that God He's always up to something. And you know that phrase that, there's a phrase that goes around that says, not everything's about you. I just want to encourage your heart today that God is always about you. And He's always working for your good, His glory, and for your future. So that's just what I sense here. Some other ahas that I guess I had not put together that were just neat. I put some facts about Ruth and Esther, and I'm not going to read those, but I just thought those were pretty interesting. Goodness gracious, I don't know if I put them in my notes or not. So I am going to read them. That both of them were named for a person, for a woman. Both women had courageous faith. Ruth and Esther both did. Ruth was a Gentile who married a Jew, and Esther was a Jewish who married a Gentile. That's interesting. They both had really big decisions that they made, and they had a close someone to help them make those good decisions. Mordecai and Naomi, and also Boaz. Ruth helped the nation of Israel by having a son, and Esther helped the nation of Israel by orchestrating the death of an enemy to the nation. I thought those were some pretty cool coincidences. But I think I really want to zero in on today, besides just like the random things that I just said, like the come away from this is that God is always working on our behalf, for our good, his glory. And sometimes he's just really quiet. Esther is one of those books where you don't hear God. In fact, even in today's verse, then Esther sent this reply to Mordecai: "Go and gather together all the Jews of Susa and fast for me. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, not 3 days, night or day. My maids and I will do the same. And then, though it's against the law, I will go see the king. If I must die, I must die." Do you notice that prayer is not even mentioned there? Only fasting. I found that fascinating. I've always just assumed that when they gathered together to fast that they were praying, but it doesn't say that. But we know in Scripture, multiple places talks about prayer and fasting. Who knows? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. It doesn't say that they prayed. But here's what I want us to know, is while there is silence from God, or maybe I can even say silence regarding your current situation, because I feel like that's where I am. He's not silent, he's speaking. I'm learning, I'm studying, but there's a certain something that I'm praying about, and I just like, can I have an answer? When he's silent like that, we just have to lean in. We have to lean in a little bit closer. We have to, what I say here, sit a little bit longer with him. So often, I just get impatient and I just get up. I'm like, well, I don't really hear anything regarding this. Thanks for teaching me this, but I really need an answer about this. So I don't linger with him. No, I tend to not lean in closer. I tend to not linger with him, which we should. And it's really demonstrated here. What's really demonstrated here is Esther calling in her reinforcements. She did call her friends and her countrymen and said, countryfolk, men and women, I'm sure, I need your help. I need your intervention. So we definitely see that action. And then in faith, just act on what God's leading, what you sense him leading you to do. And we're going to talk more about that in a couple lessons, and a few more lessons, because I think that there's a lot to be said left to be said about that concept of walking out the leading that we sense God giving us. And what does that look like? So when the going gets tough, the tough calls reinforcements. Make sure your reinforcements are Bible-believing and Bible-living people. Not the people that you hang out with around the lunch table at work. Unless they're Bible-believing and Bible-living. Then evaluate their trust factor and how much you want to share. But really, Jesus had three really intimate friends that he shared special things with. So look for those people. And if there's just one, invite that person in on what's going on, to fast with you, to pray with you, to lean in, to pray for you to lean in, and to linger with the Lord. So you know where he is leading next. And if you don't know exactly where he's leading, to pray for you to linger longer. Take care. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.